everyone, I'm Professor Hu from the University of Johannesburg. In this video, we are going to continue the discussion of basic theory, the key components of the basic theory in Chinese medicine. The study of this session, you need to understand three perspectives. Firstly is the philosophy of Chinese medicine. The second is the physiology in Chinese medicine. That's why in the later few videos, we're going to study the relationship, the functions and relationship of each organ or between or among different organs in detail. And then also in the meantime, we need to understand the disease prevention and the treatments in Chinese medicine. So these three perspectives will be the key focus of your study. In this video, we are going to introduce the first concepts, the theory of accents and qi. As you may heard, the description of qi or the terminology of qi, but what exactly it is. In the old texts, sometimes it describes, for example, this image indicates different type of qi. It indicates that from the old texts, especially from the literature texts, not the medical books, it says the clear human being is from clear qi. So similar to different other cultures, the Asian people, they try to understand where does human comes from or where does the universe comes from. So the philosophers in the past, they try to use the concept of qi to explain everything, including human being, including anything in the world, in the universe, and also the relationship in our society. So for instance, it describes that human being is from clear qi, which means that when clear qi gathers together, it becomes human being. And when the cloudy qi gather together, become worms. So that's in the past, how they understand where does human come from, where does different other animals or pets or other substances, where do they come from. But do you really agree with this description or not? If you agree, why? If you don't agree, also why? The reason why I mentioned this at the beginning is because I want to clarify the terminologies or the description of these old texts. Sometimes because of these terminology were developed thousands of years ago, we cannot be stuck in this description. And then once you hear that a human being is from the collection or the gathering of qi, I don't believe this. I don't agree with this, because human being just not from there. Or from many different theories, from religion point of view, human being may be from God, or if you're from different religion background, from Buddhism, you may say human beings from the past life or some other religion. So you may don't agree that human being is from the gathering of qi. But if I explain the qi in the other way, you may agree with me that human being is from qi. Let's see another image. As we all know, that's the Earth, the planet now, is composed by different chemical elements. This is from the science, everyone agree. And human being also is the gathering or the structure or the systems of human being also have different chemical elements. The animals, the trees, anything in the world is the collection or consists of different chemical elements. And if I say that the certain percentage of the elements that compose of the tree, because qi, we give you a nickname for this group of elements. For the animals, for the worms, we also give a nickname or a title for this component. So for example, it's similar to your recipes or ingredient of the ingredients. The ingredients of this animal we call qi, and for human being we also call qi C. The planets we say qi D. So from this perspective, if we give a nickname or title for the group of chemical elements, then you will agree that the planet is made from qi D, and the human being from qi C, and the worm from qi B, and the tree from qi A. So from this perspective, although this is just a simplified example, because when you put all these chemicals together, it won't become human beings. So there's something out of this chemical elements, but this is just a simplified example that we can categorize a group of something with the title qi. So the explanation for this just try to explain that qi itself in Chinese medicine we don't really discuss, or we don't really focus on what qi is. For example, if you have a religion of Christian, then you think human beings from God, then I can say that the God have a nickname, or I just give a nickname to the God as qi. Or if you from Buddhism you think that human being from the past life, I know I give the past life a nickname of qi. Now if I translate again in this statement, the human being is from qi, but this qi refers to the God. Or human being is from qi, the qi is referred to the past life. I know you will agree with these. But either way, no matter what qi refers to, that's not the focus of your study in the basic theory of Chinese medicine, because we don't really care about what qi is, but what we care about is the movement of qi. So that's why when you see these old texts, the description, you need to jump out of the box and see, does it make sense? Can we translate in a modern language instead of denying the facts? So the definition of qi or axons in the field of philosophy is an ancient philosophical concept that explores the nature of axons and the principle governing its movement and transformation. So this axons in philosophy, and we use or we borrow the same philosophy, the concepts to explain human health. It is used to explain the origin and the evolution of all things in the universe. So that's the essence. Essence and qi. Essence and qi are often considered as the same in the Asian philosophy. Essence, also known as essence qi. That's why they are the same. In ancient Chinese philosophy, refers to a fine, invisible, constantly moving substance. That's the origin of all things and universe. In some contexts, refer to the essence of qi, which is the origin of human beings. So basically, essence and qi refer to a fine, invisible, so you can't see, and constantly moving substance. It doesn't stop, it moves all the time. And there are some statements or some facts that you need to remember is essence is the fundamental substance of universe. Essence and qi is the medium through which all things in the world are interconnected. So when two things, for example, the laptop or the screen, the relationship in between, what connects each other, then we give a title of qi. Human being and the laptop, human being and human being, one person to another person, the relationship in between we call qi. So that's why qi is a very broad term in Chinese philosophy. It can refer to anything. And human beings are the transformed manifestation of the essence of the earth and the universe. But either way, this just the background of the essence and qi in philosophy. That's why we use in Chinese medicine, we use the philosophy to explain human health. We kind of learn from this philosophy. in the study, we more focus on the movements and the transformation of qi. So for the definition of qi, or what exactly it is, we don't need to focus on too much. If you think the qi is from your religion, let's refer to some god, some religious perspective, doesn't really matter. But we focus on the qi, the movement and the transformation of qi. So how many movements does qi have? For example, from here, you can see the smoke from the chimney, the fire, the wood and the fire in winter when it snows and when it rains, you can see the smoke moving upwards, the fire moving upwards, the snow and the rain, it goes from top to the bottom. So from here you can see that the movement of qi so at least have two movements, moving upwards or moving downwards. When you see this image on the right side, a plant from the seeds and then to the flower, and until the flower is off, and also on the in the corner for human being, from the baby to adults and to senior people, and generally the development of human being. You can see from the seeds to a plant the transformation of this phenomenon from a tiny substance become bigger. When it becomes bigger, it becomes taller, become wider. So you can see now the movement of qi, or the transformation of qi, can be upwards, can be moving outside, outwards. And as you grow older, for example, the flowers, when the flower to the peak, and then when it's dying, or even for human being, from adults and aging until the death one day, you see the human body, the human structure becomes smaller. So you can see the size of the substance becomes smaller. It's still a movement of qi. So this is moving inwards. So basically from all these images, you can see that the movement of qi, we have four movements. Moving upwards, ascending. Moving downwards, descending. Moving outwards, dispersing. And moving inwards, is gathering. These four terminologies that you need to remember, so don't try to change the different wording. You have to use the same wording for these directions. And also, in the study of basic theory, especially for all these concepts, I will advise you to memorize the clauses. For example, to memorize these clauses, the movement of qi, the definition, especially the definition in Chinese medicine. Try not to rephrase of these definitions according to your understanding, especially in when you just start to study the basic theory. The reason is because when you try to rephrase according to your understanding, sometimes you change the meaning and you don't really realize, and then you have misconception. So try to remember the clause, and afterwards you will understand better. So these are the four movements of qi. You actually can see all transformation of all systems, either in nature or in human being, in diseases. You can use these four directions, either one of these or the combination of these directions to expand everything. Also, the transformation of qi. There are three principles. Formless emerges from formed, it emerges from formless. So for example, from the image you can see the clouds that we can see in the sky. But where does the clouds come from? It's from the air, from the seawater. From the seawater, and then it become the air, and then they gather on top of the sky, then you gather together, become the clouds. And then we can't see the air in between, but we can see the clouds. So from this perspective, the ancient philosophy, the ancient philosophers, they believe that formed emerged from formless. So something you can see from something you can't see when they gather together. The transformation occurs between the qi of the earth and sky. So what happened to these, the entire circulation? The transformation between different forms, from the water to ice, will have changed in between. And sometimes these, for example, this image actually is from science. You can see the seawater, the clouds, when the clouds become rain, go back to the ground as the water and go back to the ocean. So you can see the circulation in Chinese medicine that we expand from the theory of qi. The image on the right side is the development of human being, or the development of a life. So that's also from initial stage, become taller, become stronger, and become wider, so dispersing, and then when it shrink, it's gathering. And the transformation of the physical body itself, this refers to the transformation can transform from one object to the other object. For example, that's the example here. From the seawater to the clouds, it can change the substance or change the objects, but it also can happen in one object. That's what happened to here. Human being is still, no matter how it transforms, it can transform in one. So when you understand this type of theory, how can we apply in Chinese medicine? So the essence and qi in Chinese in Chinese it calls jing qi. Jing is essence, qi is qi. And when you see the writing of the character, you can see on the left side of jing and the bottom of qi is actually rice, the rice we eat. So these are also the characteristic of Chinese language. When you see the words, you know what does it mean and how, and also you know where does it link to. When accents and qi have a rice there, it actually refers to the accents and qi is from food. That's why for qi we have two, or for essence we have two. We have innate essence, we have acquired essence. Innate essence refer to the essence from your parents, genetic. For acquired essence means from food. So essence of human body includes two, the innate essence and acquired essence. And innate essence, that's something we can't change because that's from your parents. And from this perspective, you also will see like some patient or if some people, when they from too young parents or from senior parents, for example, when they were born, the parents were in their 40s or even 50s, you see those people, those patients, genetically will be weaker. One of the evidence is for female, the first menstruation, the menarche may be late, not in the age of 11, 12 or 13, maybe 15 or 17, maybe later. The menopause also may come earlier. So these indicate the deficiency or the weakness of innate essence. That's also why for infertilities, for the treatment, then we will ask the age of their parents, because we want to identify the innate essence. So when you see essence, when you consider the essence problem, you may consider these two. Because innate essence, that's something we cannot change, but the one we can interfere is acquired essence. That's why you will advise the patient how to eat to tonify the spleen function, to tonify the kidney function from acquired essence point of view. These two definitions you need to remember as well. This is slightly different from the philosophy. As we mentioned previously, essence and qi in the philosophy, they're the same stuff. They refers the same. It can be used interchangeable, but essence and qi in Chinese medicine are slightly different. essence refers to the vital substance stored in organs. It is the most fundamental substance that forms the human body and sustains life activities. And then when you go to qi, refer to the extremely fine, invisible systems with powerful vitality, constant movements in human body. It is not only the vital component of the human body, but also the driving force that stimulates and regulates life. Qi facilitates and transformation of systems essential for human life. So this is the definition of qi. From the definition, you will see the two are different in Chinese medicine. The reason because essence is the vital systems that stores in the organs. But what exactly the difference can you see in phenomenon is like your gas, the gas in your kitchen. You can see the gas bottle when the gas is in the bottle, you can feel when you shake it, you can feel that it's a liquid form in the bottle, which means it's a liquid that is visible systems. But when you open the tap, you can see when you light the fire on, you can see this. You actually can't see the gas. So this is the transformation between the essence and qi. Similar, when qi gather together become essence stored in organs, and when the essence transform into qi, and then you can disperse to other organs for the organs to use. We will discuss this in the theory of Zangfu organs. The classifications of qi, essence, in adding breathing as the air from breathing. The reason why the air also here, because air in Chinese also qi, the same words, but just different category. The category of qi is much wider than air. So the essence combined with air that's from your breathing can transform into qi, and qi can divide into different categories. The Wei qi, Wei defensive qi, nutrition qi, peteral qi, primordial qi, and qi of organs. So when it becomes the functions, you go to here. And at the moment, you only need to remember the terminology of these titles, because in the next few videos, we will explain this in detail. You're going to study each of these in detail, as well as the functions of these different type of qi. So this is the theory of essence and qi. Basically, essence and qi is in Chinese medicine we refer to extremely fine, invisible, and constantly moving substance. That's also the fundamental of human life. The focus of this theory is to understand the movement of qi, because this will affect your diagnosis in future, your application in future. For example, someone suffers from cough or asthma, when they have shortness of breath, you can see the phenomenon. So for Chinese medicine, when you diagnose or when you see diseases, you can try to explain from the phenomenon, that's what you see, like from your eye. For example, when you see asthma or cough, you can see shortness of breath. You can see this type of movements is the breathing is only go to your throat or your upper chest, that even go down. From this perspective, if you expand from qi, you will see our normal breathing, the qi should go from your nose all the way to the lung, to the lower jaw, and goes up when you breathe out, inhale and exhale. But when you have shortness of breath or cough, even cough, you can see all these, the qi moving upwards instead of downwards. So if you understand the movement of qi, you will see the focus of your treatments is to bring the qi downwards. Then you can recover from coughing, you can recover from asthma attack, because all we want to do is just to bring the qi downwards. Or in the other situation, patient feel nausea or vomiting, the qi from the stomach moving up, the food from stomach moving up. So if you expand from the qi theory, you will still see that the movement of qi from stomach. When you eat food from your mouth, all the way goes down to your stomach, the qi supposed to move downwards to the small intestine, large intestine, and transform into stool. It goes out of the body. But now what happens for vomiting and nausea? The food in the stomach that goes outwards is the reversal of qi. The qi is supposed to go down, but now it go up. So still, this related to the movement of qi, moving downwards, ascending or descending. It's supposed to descend, but now it ascends. So your treatment is just trying to descend the qi, regulate the qi, recover the movement of qi. This is also why it's so important, the theory of qi and axons, because all what we try to do in Chinese medicine, we try to balance yin and yang. But we're going to explain in the next video. We try to regulate the movement of qi.